Hey, how's it going everybody? It's me, ScottDog. Thank you very much for joining us. As you can see, we are about to start playing some F1 Manager 2022. We played the previous F1 management game. We weren't particularly good at it. I can't even remember what it was called. But we played that quite a lot, actually. But I think we need to make something crystal clear before we start playing this game. I know nothing about Formula One. In fact, if I'm going to be brutally honest, I think it's a little bit dull. So if you're looking for someone who knows what they're talking about, if you're looking for someone who is a die-hard fan of the sport, then I am 100% not the person for you. If you're looking for someone who has no idea what's happening, now we're talking. That being said, all of that being said, I have recently been getting into F1 a little bit more. Last season with the whole Hamilton-Verstappen thing was quite interesting, so I do know bits and pieces of it. But when it comes to strategy and tyres and, you know, all of that stuff, I struggle. Let's watch this.
Hearts, minds and nations, where the 20 best drivers in the world come together to take on some of the world's most historic circuits. And that legacy continues today. The 2021 championship was thrilling from start to finish, and 2022 is set to be even better. New regulations will usher in an age of pioneering changes. New driving talent alongside returning champions will be dueling it out to the bitter end. The pressure will be on the team principals in the upcoming season as they manage their drivers, their cars, and the whole team to push to victory. This is not a challenge for the faint-hearted. This is Formula One.
Well, there we go. That was inspiring. So just to go back, I do know bits and pieces about...
Mercedes returned to F1 in 2010. And since 2014, they've won the Constructors' Championships back-to-back every year.
That is it. Oh, for God's sake.
They took home the Constructors' Championship once more, although they narrowly missed out on the Drivers' Championship, coming in second. Heading into 2022, Mercedes will insist on dominating the competition. Nothing less than the fastest car and the most wins will give the Silver Arrows the outcome they want to see at the end of this new season and beyond.
Okay, I think you shut up. So I watched some Drive to Survive, and I think that was the thing that got me back into it just a little bit. I know some of the characters that we saw there. I love it, characters. Yeah, the Toto Wolffs, the Christian Horner, those people, because of that mainly. But then obviously last year there was quite a lot of tension and stress, and that was obviously making those characters quite prominent in the storyline of F1. Appreciate it's not a story, but you know, I feel like it's a bit more soap driven than anything else. So we've got some teams to choose from, and I know some of these. Others I'm not 100% sure on.
Cornerstone of F1, having been part of the sport since 1966 and winning numerous drivers and constructors championships over the years. Last season they came a respectable 4th overall, with Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris securing the only 1-2 finish of the season. The talented driver pairing of Ricciardo and Norris returns from McLaren this season, and one thing is certain, they're not going to settle until they're reigning champions once more.
Brilliant, thanks for that. So look, we could be Haas, we could be Alfa Romeo, we could be Williams. I think these are like the 3 worst teams. We could be Aston Martin, which I'm
was Aston Martin's first
intrigued about.
In Formula One. They roared onto the scene with Sebastian Vettel, the legendary 4-time world champion, in one of those coveted driving seats. Despite some teething problems in testing, Aston Martin gave a solid showing and finished the season in 7th place overall. Heading into 2022 with Lance Stroll and Vettel behind the wheel, Aston Martin have the potential to become regular podium contenders. But it's going to take strong leadership and shrewd investment to get them there.
So we could be one of the worst teams, and I'm a little bit disappointed that this game is out and it doesn't have a build your own team. I suspect that will be DLC, let's be honest. It doesn't have the ability to start in F2 or any other racing league. And I'd really like to have seen that. I'd like them to allow kind of progression like a football-based thing. You know, if you're doing well, you maybe get drawn up to a a bigger, the big leagues. But it is what it is. I think we might be Aston Martin. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Lance Stroll, maybe it's not the case anymore, but I think his daddy used to pay for him to race. Some of these racing drivers obviously are here on merit, and I'm sure he's a good racing driver. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in a car, right? But I believe when he was at Haas, they were paying for him to actually have a ride, and that was where some of Haas's money came from. Let's have a little look here. So we've got Aston Martin. They are team rating 2.5 bars. Season objective is 8. So what's that's third from last. We can do that, right? Long-term objectives, points contender. So I'm guessing that means getting somewhere near the top 10 positions. And the starting balance is high. We like that, right? Let's have a little look here. Team performance, 9th out of 10 for car, 7 out of 10 for driver, 10 out of 10 for staff. So we know we need to do something there. 5th out of 10 for HQ, right? That's pretty good. Employees, we know we've got Vettel, Stroll, and Hulkenberg as the reserve driver. And then we've got these guys down here as our main staff. And then there's the biography. Our headquarters is in Silverstone. I feel like this is the team for us. I don't know how you feel about it, but you're not here to make the decision. So let's go. Okay. Name. Let's do old Scott. Oh, tab doesn't do anything. Scott Dog. There we go. First home guidance. Absolutely yes, please. Here we go, everybody. Our first season in F1.
Hi there. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
I'm Audrey Mensa, one of the team's senior engineers. Welcome to the team. It's great to have you on board.
One of our senior engineers. Don't you have other things to do rather than be welcoming me?
We have great ambitions here at Aston Martin, and this upcoming season will be the time to achieve.
Couldn't agree more.
Let's show you the ropes.
Thanks very much.
As our new team principal, you're responsible for a lot of aspects of the team. Everything from managing our team's growth, overseeing our finances, and deciding on race day strategies will be in your hands.
Seems like a little bit too much responsibility.
Keep an eye on most things from your dashboard here. I can take you through it now.
Brilliant, thank you.
First up, an overview of the board. They're the ones who set the expectations for the team. If they're confident in your leadership, you'll be fine. If they lose confidence in you, however, they might look to replace you.
Uh-oh.
The board sets season objectives for the team to achieve. Reaching them will help keep confidence high, so be sure to familiarise yourself with what's expected. You'll want to keep an eye on the long-term objective for beyond this season as well.
Okay, just not finish last, essentially, is what you're asking us to do.
Okay then, let's look ahead to the race weekend. We need to start preparing for the next Grand Prix, which will be the first of the season.
We hear, and that's in Bahrain, okay? 11 days until the race.
There's nothing urgent for you to address. Feel free to explore more, or you can select continue and sign off for the day. Once you do, time will pass, but don't worry about missing anything. You'll automatically sign back in if an important event comes up.
Okay, we hear you. Upcoming events, we need to do some stuff with our sponsorship. Let's come down here and read some emails. This is your new inbox. Good to get in the habit of checking your inbox regularly. We hear you. We'll mark you as read. Can't delete you. Fair enough. Okay, here's our calendar.
This is your calendar
Told
for
ya.
the month. Pay attention to the events that have been marked. The race weekends have already been added for you. More events will get added as the season progresses.
I hear you. Okay. So we can see here we've got, what's this? Aerodynamics testing. Okay, we're down here though. There's 2 events here. Sponsorship obligation and more aerodynamic testing. Sponsorship obligation, a factory event. Okay. Pre-season testing results. And then we've got the practice session, the Grand Prix, the qualifying session, and the race. And then straight into Saudi Arabia. Okay, well look, sounds like we've got things to do. We can come over here and we can check out information about the circuit. Nice. So we can see the first Grand Prix was in 2004. Don't know how that helps me. 57 laps. Okay, power circuit. So these are soft, medium, and hard tyres. I know that much. This is the quantity that we can take, I presume, for both drivers. And we think that on the date of our race, it's going to be 20 degrees, 21 degrees, and 22 degrees. And this being a night race. Historic safety car chance 100%, and we lose 25 seconds for being in the pit lane. Okay, that seems like it's important info. Can I see anything else about this track? Don't think so. I mean, it's got some long straights on it, so it feels like top speed would be important.
Carry out your final preparations for the next race. We'll come back here later.
Okay, I hear you.
One of my favourite places. This is where the car builds happen, and where we develop and store our car parts. Throughout the season, you'll want to make sure the team are working on upgrading components, and that both cars are being kept in good repair. You can also use car analysis to compare our car builds to other teams.
Okay, we hear you. So we can manage the build of car 1, we can develop parts. So at the moment we can see, our top speed, our acceleration. Our suggested car for Bahrain is this one. Okay, fair enough. Recommended for circuit, crucial for circuit, medium speed, low speed. What does this mean? Oh, I see. Dirty air cornering. Okay, fine. And then we've got the chassis and so on and so forth. Details, manufacture. Okay. In warehouse installed, total 4. Okay, I hear you. Powertrain. How do we get back out of this? Okay. Car analysis. Analyze your car's performance.
Every team will continuously develop their cars over the season, so it's important you keep an eye on them. You can compare our team cars against any other team here, or even against an average of all teams. If you want to drill down even further, you can compare performance of specific car parts too.
I hear you. Thank you. Okay, so this is our first car, and we can compare it with grid average. What, is this the comparison? Yeah, okay. So we're a little bit slower. Okay, so we can try and figure out where we need to improve here, right? Okay. I'm assuming there's better ways of doing that. Car development. Here we go.
To start a project now, you'll need to commit money and engineering time. You'll be able to improve our car builds beyond their current performance.
Okay. So a new project or a current project. We have no projects ongoing, so we want to do a new project.
There are 3 different types of projects the engineering team can work on. We can design a new car part for use this season.
Okay.
Manufacture copies of existing designs, or undertake research and develop our expertise for next season. Are you sure you want to start a new project now?
Yeah, it feels to me like we need to start a new project and we need to design something, right?
Okay.
Maybe we should look to see if we can get rid of some engineers and get better ones in.
These are car parts we can design and manufacture in-house. Each car part impacts different areas of a car's performance, but certain car parts will have a greater impact than others.
Okay.
You can also view our car performance by rank on grid. This is a useful comparison tool and lets you see how our performance compares to that of all the other cars on the grid.
I hear you. Okay.
Take a look over the different car parts. The highlights indicate which performance areas they impact the most. Pick one that impacts the ratings you want to improve.
Okay. How do I know what we want to improve? I hear you ask. And I agree. So we can only work on stuff that's kind of the chassis, I guess. Choose a new designed, show rank on grid. We're 17th on top speed. We're 15th on cornering. We're rubbish at clean air. Is that side pods?
The team's expertise in making new car parts improves with experience, so each new design is likely to be better than an older one. Just make sure to check the new design against the one currently installed.
Okay.
Testing is also an important step in designing a new car part. Our testing time is limited throughout the season, and it's up to you to decide how much to commit to each design project.
I see. Okay. So this, if I'm reading this correctly, oh, come on, love.
Time to this design now, you can see what effect it will have on the car part. Once you've taken a look, let's continue.
Okay, so we can put in some testing time. Doesn't seem to make any difference. We're still the same place as we were. Can I come out of this just to... yeah, we don't want to confirm the project. I just want to see what the other things do. So I assumed this would be kind of the air intake and the dirty air stuff, airflow sensitivity. This looks promising, right? It's going to reduce drag reduction, low speed, high speed is going to make us better. This feels like a really good thing to do. Let's just check the rest here. This isn't going to make any difference to us. And we surely need to be looking for the things that are going to have the biggest impact the quickest, right? Suspension. I think we have to go. What's front wing doing? I think we go front wing, right? Or underfloor. They're the two things. Let's go underfloor. Fine. We need to put in some testing time. So we get this time over here to work on. Okay. And this is improving all of these things. Look. Okay, well look. How do I know how much time we have? Hours remaining, 77 of 80. Okay. Does that help? I don't know if that helps or not. Yeah, look, this leaves us 77 of 80 hours remaining. I guess that's of testing, I guess, at wind tunnel. And then 3 hours in total. This seems fine, right? Design focus.
You can direct the engineering team to focus on specific areas of performance. F1 car parts are complex, and sometimes you'll have to sacrifice performance in one area to achieve gains in another.
Okay. I feel like we're going to have the best car on the track after this.
More about our car's performance, which will help you to guide the team's design focus. You can try altering the focus now if you like, or else stick with a balanced approach. When you're ready, continue with the process.
So I wonder if we can bump up high speed a little bit without losing too much elsewhere. See, this takes us to 9th. Hold on. Yeah, look, this takes us to 11th high speed, still 17th medium, but nothing else is changing over here. I'm sure. What about this? This will put us very much firmly in the middle of the pack, right? I like this. I like this bringing us all a little bit, making us all a little bit happier, right? I don't quite. Well, so this is for Bahrain, right? And I appreciate that we'd love to get this done, but I don't even think we'll get this finished before Bahrain, which is in 11 days. So I don't think we worry about it. I think we just go into it. How long? 83 days. Sod that. We just go into it, right? Boom.
As a final step before the team gets started on this design project, you need to decide how many engineers you want working on it. You should also decide what approach they should take.
Okay, well, what are they going to do if they're not working on this?
These decisions will have an impact on the duration and cost of the project. When you're happy with everything, confirm the project and the team will get started.
I understand that, but what are they going to be working on if they're not working on this? You know, I don't... We just want them to do a normal, right? 55 days, that's a long way, but you know, do I put every engineer in? I don't know. I don't know what they'll be doing. Assigned engineers can't work on anything else. Well, what are the options? You know what? Let's do 59 days. 60 days feels like 2 months. Feels like a good time. Let's confirm it. It's under £1 million. Feels like a steal, right? By that point, we're going to have one of the best cars on the grid.
If you continually designing new car parts is imperative to improving our team's performance.
We hear.
And staying competitive on the track. Check out the car analysis area regularly to see how our cars compare to others on the grid.
We're here, and I feel like going for a middle-of-the-road car, you know, in terms of improving everything a little bit is better than improving one thing a lot. Because I'm assuming we'll do well on 1 or 2 races where those things are really important, but the others will continue. Whereas being kind of, if we can get near the points early on, then we'll be in a good place. Okay, so that was that. We've got a project going on. We don't need to do anything else in here. Warehouse, view your designed and manufactured parts. We're not worried about that.
This is where you'll find relevant information on the team's drivers and reserve driver, including their performance ratings and contract details. You can also scout for new drivers to make sure we have the best driver pairing we can.
Okay. We should do that. How much do you cost us? That's what I want to know. Why would we ever have a reserve?
When a driver has development points available, you can use them to improve their performance. Highlighting a performance rating will give you more information on their effects.
Okay, not sure how I feel about that. I'd rather they developed of their own accord.
You can also select any of the tabs at the top there to look into the specifics of the driver. For example, before you leave, you might want to check out their current contract with the team.
Yeah, I do. I mean, yeah, I think I'd rather they develop points based on the game deciding what they've done well and what they've done badly. But, you know, fair enough, I suppose. So this is our reserve driver. Their rating is 76. Lance Stroll is 79 and Vettel is 82. So your contract, we have you for a year and your salary is £4.7 million. It's going to cost us 4.2 to cancel it. So I don't feel like cancelling your contract is wise, but getting scouting out there to understand, he's 34 years old, getting scouting out there to understand the benefits would be wise. And then we've got this, which is provides a space for staff to take breaks. So, okay, we've got some facility bonuses that is impacting our driver, I guess. Yeah, so they're getting benefits from these things. Okay, fair enough. Contract, you're on £14 million. If you finish higher than 10th, we have to pay you £1.4 million. Holy crap balls. Okay, and this is your engineer. Fair enough. All good over here. And then Lance Stroll, I'm intrigued about your contract. Salary 2.9. You're not paying us? That's a bit disappointing. I was hoping we'd find out you're paying us. We've got 1 year left on the contract here. We've got, how much is yours? 1 year here. So everybody is leaving at the end. So I think if we get out there and scout, we might find some good young drivers. And I think that's what we want to look at. Young drivers. Can we filter on this? Age group. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. We want this. And we want maybe this. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Zane Maloney. You're getting scouted. Just for having a cool name. Standard scouting, detailed scouting. Let's just do a bit of detail, right? Scouts available too. We'll send you out here. I don't want to send everyone scouting drivers. Let's just do one for now. Because there's this staff tab. Can we scout those?
That makes the team the best in F1. It's the people doing the hard work behind the scenes. Manage your staff from here. From department heads to your pit crew. And keep up to date on their performance.
Okay. You're fired. No, so you're not very good. Our technical chief, head of all technical car development for your team, they lend their expertise to mechanical design of all car parts. We've got to get rid of you, right? Head of aerodynamics, you're not great either. We need people who are better than you. Hold on. Engineering team. This is our team size. And we can improve that by doing something in the headquarters or the facilities. Okay. I think we have to scout more. Can I find a replacement? Scout key staff, yes. Technical chief, that's who that fella was, right? Technical chief, you're out of here, son. Don't know what your contract is, but you're out of here. We're not improving them a huge amount. You're at McLaren. Okay, we want to remove this, right? We're not too worried about your age. Okay. Only show those available for negotiation. None. No one. Okay. 80. Here we go. Here we go. We've got some people. We've got some people. 78. Do you want a job? Let's just, before we do this, how much are we going to cost to get rid of this fella? Salary, cost to break contract, 1.5 million. I still think it might be worth it. You know, to go from 70 to, what did we just say, 80? You know, I feel like you're in another contract, right? So we're going to have to get you out of Haas. If we get you out of Haas, if we do get you out of Haas, then they get weaker, right? And we get stronger. I mean, that feels like it's probably not a bad shout. You're at whoever this is, Alpine. I knew that. And again, you come over and we're better than we were. However, does it make sense to go for you? Let's do some standard scouting. 10 days worth of scouting. The sooner I think we get someone in for this role, the better. Because it is our head of aerodynamics is also a bit rubbish. He's 65. So let's have a little look at you. Cost to break contract, 2 million. Holy moly. Okay. Let's just have a little look. If we were to go here, all of these are in jobs. We'll be down to these guys. Okay, well, look. We don't want to chop and change too much too quickly. I think this is fine. What's next?
From here, you can see all the team's facilities, from the staff buildings to the car park development centres. You can build new facilities or, if the team has the time and money, upgrade our existing ones. Facilities affect all areas of our team's performance.
Okay, we hear you. Building, upgrade, refurb. Okay.
Over time, facilities will degrade and become less effective, so keep an eye on their condition. When this happens, we'll need to look at refurbishing or even upgrading that facility to get back to maximum efficiency.
Okay, so how do I see if any of them need refurbing already? Effectiveness 100%, 100%, 100%. So it looks like everything's in okay condition already. What's the benefit of doing this? As facilities age, so that we're in the refurb menu, right? How do I... So there's an upgrade down here. Upgrading facility improves its grade, condition, the effects received from it. So we can manufacture more parts and the development speed becomes quicker. The upkeep also goes up by 100 grand and it would cost 11 million pounds to do. Okay, design centre upgrade. It would also cost 11 million pounds to do. What about the wind tunnel? Wind tunnel's pretty crap. 10 million pounds for a wind tunnel. Just buy some fans. Okay. I mean, the wind tunnel, we increase our downforce and stuff from testing. That feels like it's important, right? What's a CFD roof simulator? I think we do wind tunnel. It's the what's this one? This one is 10 million. This one's 10 million and 63 days. I'm going to do it, right? I think we have to upgrade something. Let's do it. 10 million pounds is a hell of a lot of money, but I think it's worth it. Okay, the board.
Don't forget to check in with the board often. You can monitor board confidence levels, your available budget, and your progress towards a greater team rating from here.
Okay. Board confidence. Board confidence in you determines how secure your job is. I mean, they don't have anything to be too upset about, right? Board budget. Board will assign you a budget for the season based on their target. Some of the budget will be paid at the start of the season, the rest paid monthly. Okay. So we get 4.2 million a month. I like that. Okay. Okay, I think we're good, right? Let's move on.
Here you can delve deeper into team finances and see our balance, as well as understanding information on income and rewards, and the enforced spending caps we have to abide by.
Okay. Cost cap. Outgoing 28 million, projected minus 46 million, and money coming in. We're fine, right? Remaining cap 95 mil. We're fine. We're all good. Sponsorships. Okay, I think something's going to happen with sponsorships later on, so let's worry about that later. And we know about the standings, right? Nothing's happened as of yet. Okay, we continue. Holy crap, that took a while, but I feel like we learned some stuff.
We'll have you on top of things in no time. You'll continue moving through days this way until it's time for the race, which you can see in the upcoming events list. It's good to get in the habit of regularly checking that list.
Okay.
Let's take a look at what needs doing today. You have an alert in the top corner. There's an important email awaiting a response, so you should check your inbox when you're ready.
Well, if it's important, we should check it now, right? Season kickoff party. Oh, God.
Budget approval request. Most of the team's budget is decided by the board at the start of the season, plus whatever we get from last season's prize money and any extra sponsorship revenue we earn.
Good morning, Scott. This is from Maria. I've got no idea who Maria is. She's our personal officer. We've had a great idea for a season kickoff party to bring everyone together to celebrate the team. We'll need a budget approval if we want to go ahead. What do you think? It's 10 grand. It will improve staff and driver morale. Seems like a no-brainer. Don't get shit-faced.
That's a good decision. It should keep the team in high
Do
spirits
not
anyway.
get shit-faced and then go drive the however many £1 million worth of car around
With that
Silverstone.
dealt with, we can focus on our first Grand Prix of the season. The race weekend is still a few days away, so move forward when you're ready.
Okay. I've just realised that you joined a little too late to negotiate our sponsor obligations this season. Sponsorship is a big source of income for F1 teams, but the funding is a two-way relationship. When negotiating sponsorship deals at the start of the season, we need to offer certain obligations on our side, like creating merchandise that feature our sponsor or hosting sponsor events in our factory throughout the season. They can be a little inconvenient for the team, but they secure the funding to keep us competitive. Well, we're not competitive, but fine. You can check the calendar to see what our obligations are. I'll put the below sponsor obligations that we're committed to this season. Let's have a look. So merchandising, you must create merchandising featuring your sponsors. Do I need to do this? Or has it already been done? I'm guessing it's been done, right? Race day events. Number of race weekends, 10. So we don't build anything during that. Fair enough. Factory event. Car manufacturing is paused. Driver appearance, one or both of your drivers must make media appearances throughout the season. I'd rather have both of them did it, right? Race weekend driver appearance, Vettel's doing that one. Fair enough. Okay. Fine. Whatever. Allow me to introduce our talented car development team. I disagree. Audrey. I don't think they're that talented. Right, let's keep going.
We're getting very close to race day now. Just continue to do anything that's needed. In the future, you'll also want to decide on these actions yourself to ensure our team are continuously developing and improving.
Okay, I am a bit concerned about our race day setup. I don't know enough about F1 to be competitive in race day. We're going to figure it out as we go. Okay, good morning, Scott. With Bahrain testing behind us, we know where our car stands versus the other cars. I've attached a report detailing our performance. We should use this information to guide our car part design strategy throughout the season and minimize any performance weakness. So car 1 performance. Okay, is that it? Just car 1 performance. That's all you're going to tell us about. Okay, just letting you know that our scouts have finished a report on Simon Resta. I've attached the information we've gathered and this email if you want to use it to negotiate a contract. These scouts now need a new assignment. Okay, so you're going to be pretty good right across the board. How do we know how you compare to old numbnuts that we've got? So 69, 69, 67, 73. And let's go back to this. 77, 8. Yeah, you're far better, right? We want to propose a contract. I'm up for it. How do you feel about £1 million and a starting bonus of 10 grand? How do you feel about that? Cost of break contract, cost of hiring. If you terminate a contract early, fair enough. Offer contract? What do you say? What do you say? £1 million? He's never going to want that, is he? Okay, contract declined. I hear you. Back to negotiation. He wants more of everything, I think. You can have 2 seasons. You can have... Oh, God. You can have 1.5 mil. How do you feel about that? And you can have a 30 grand bonus. I'm guessing that means he wants... Is there anything that tells me negative to these things? Okay, back to negotiation. We're going to try again. How does free season sound? How does £2.2 million sound? I don't know if that's a lot, but how does £2.2 million sound? You're going to be in charge of everything, right? So we want to give you quite a lot. And how does 105 grand sound? Patience is medium. Here you go. Come on, Simone. Oh, come on. Really? How much am I meant to give him? Oh, it does tell us the salary isn't high enough. I'm not happy with this. This is okay, but I think we can do better. Okay. It does tell me the feedback. I don't know what's... I should have looked at other people's salary. I don't know what the right amount is. Have £3 million. We're throwing it away. Have 3 million quid. And what about like 150 grand? 155. Do we give him another year? Why not? No, let's stick it at 3. We're going to hold our guns on something. Okay, he's a little bit better. Still not happy about the season stuff. I still don't want to give him higher than 3 seasons, to be fair. Signing on bonus. Why would it start at 10 grand if you've got to go up to like... I'm guessing if we detail scout, we get an idea of this, right? Here you go. Here you go. Oh, no. Okay. Maybe he'll come back to us. Maybe he'll come back and be like, no, I made a mistake. You're definitely the team I want to work for. This was my fault. He's off the list. Okay, look, we'll stick with what we got. You're lucky you get a reprieve for now, Andrew Green, but someday you're out of the door. Okay, let's go to race weekend 1.
There's always some final work to do before we can set off. Check your inbox for the race prep report on this weekend's circuit.
I will do. Also, is there anything I need to do with the... I don't think we've got any other parts, right? Let's have a look.
Okay, you have all the information you should need. Let's head to race preparation to see if there's any remaining tasks for us to complete.
Okay. It's almost here. I wanted to make sure the team is prepped for the weekend before we leave. As always, please make sure you've completed the below before heading into the race weekend. Check the circuit info to help plan your strategy. It's fine. We'll do a 3 stop and a 2 stop and a 1 stop. Check our sponsors' performance targets and potentially guarantee them results for a higher reward. And check that our car builds are using the best car part designs. I think we are. I don't think there's anything we can change, right? We've got all of our car parts. We've only got some car parts, so I think that's fine.
This is your race preparation area, where you'll get the team ready for the upcoming race weekend. You can also find all the information you need on the circuit we're racing on here. One thing you'll always need to do before each race weekend is setting our performance targets. These help us generate more potential rewards for the team.
Okay. Performance targets. So we know about the circuit, right? We sort of know about the circuit. There's all the stuff. DRS are the zones. I don't know what the... And I'm going to need your guys' help, right? So the dots, the dots 01 and 02 and 03, are they the starting points? The ending point, is that when you... I don't know. Sections by speed. So straight sections, well, I could have figured that out, I'm sure. Car attributes, accelerating, low speed cornering, acceleration, and low speed cornering, right? Okay. And critical is medium speed. We're not good at any of that stuff. So time considerations, fine. We know it takes a while to pit. I don't know how that compares to other places. Expected strategies is 15 on the soft, then medium, then soft. Most people are going for what, a 2-stop strategy, right? I think we try and play it out for something different there. I don't know what the rules are about having to use. Is it 2 different types of tyres you have to use? Compound performance, fair enough. Previous race results, Lance Stroll finished 10th, nice. Historic results, guess what? Lewis Hamilton won a lot. Okay, fine. So we know a little bit about that. Let's have a look at this.
Here we've got the performance targets for this coming weekend. If we meet these, we'll gain extra revenue.
Okay. Incentives, guarantees, target types. I hear you, right. So
looks like we've got incentives for both the qualifying session and the race. If we can reach those targets, we'll get an additional payout, and it won't cost the team anything if we don't meet them.
okay.
You can also decide to add targets here and offer our sponsors guarantees. These are a risk, as we face a potential financial loss if we don't meet them. But if we do, we'll gain a much larger reward. Okay, if you want to offer a guarantee for this weekend and raise the team's potential rewards, now is your chance.
Not really. I feel like reaching Q2 is okay, right? Is Q2 means you've got to get past I think there's 3 qualifying sections. I'm not sure. You have to get through the first one. I think 5 cars drop out, so we're kind of expected to be in and around that anyway. If we win, we get 100. If we complete it, we get 181 grand. You know, it's not life-changing money, right? Race targets, fastest lap. If we can do that, we get 200 grand. And hot streak target, no idea what that is. Qualify 15th or higher for 2 races in a row with both drivers. That feels unlikely. I think we're okay with our targets.
You've done everything needed, and the team can't wait to get started. It's time for the first race of the season. You can take some more time to look around if you like. When you're ready, let's get this show on the road.
So we're happy with all of our drivers. We know what their setup is and all the rest of those things. We don't have anything we can change in the car. I don't know how I tell. We've got design, we've got details, we've got manufacturer. I think we've just got the one of these, right? We've only got AM22C1. I don't think we've got any others that we can fit. Right, I think this is the only option, so that's fine. Okay.
This is the warehouse.
Okay.
Isn't it wonderful?
Looks amazing.
This is where we store any uninstalled car parts. We can also design and manufacture new and improved aerodynamic car parts in-house throughout the season and install them on our cars. Actually, hold on.
Cars, every team has 2 cars. We know that. Car parts, each team. Development, fine.
The engineering team have just finished manufacturing a suspension system of a brand new design.
What are the chances?
Well-designed suspension is crucial to the aerodynamic potential of a race car.
Okay.
We always want the best components possible on our cars. So it's worth checking to see if we should install this one instead of the model we currently have. Right. All the available suspension designs are here to look through. Notice how both cars currently have the same suspension.
I'm glad I came to the warehouse. Okay.
Check the new design at the top of the list. As each car can only have one suspension fitted, you'll want to check the stats of the new design to see if it's worth replacing the old one.
Okay, I hear you.
Take the time here to compare the 2 designs. You may also want to pay attention to the stats that are crucial for the next race and see which suspension is more suitable for that circuit.
So,
Looks like this new design only has positive impacts on the car. That's great news. We only have 1 copy of this suspension at the moment, so you need to decide which car to install it on.
I was about to... Oh, for God's sake, love.
And get it installed.
Jeez.
Can't wait to see this in action on the race weekend.
So I was about to ask, is low speed 20.40 versus low speed 20.30 or higher number better? I'm guessing so. I don't know why, but I'm guessing so. I mean, what I would say is all of these numbers look the same. It feels like this is irrelevant. We wasted money on this? Is that what happened?
Great work. That's the new suspension fitted. If you want to have more copies of this design manufactured, you can do so from here. Just remember those F1 mandated spending caps, the official limit on how much we can spend on car development and improvement each season. If you don't want the team to manufacture anything right now, we should probably head back.
What I really want to know is what difference this makes. When I'm looking at this seems like it's almost pointless, right? We've installed it on the car, but how much of a difference does this make? You know, how much of a difference does it actually make? I think we head back, right? Let's not worry about manufacturing another one. We'll keep it tight for now, and then we'll figure it out. Okay, where were we? Race, car build. We're happy with that. You've got a slightly different suspension. Yeah, S2 versus 1. I think we're ready, right? Here we go, everybody.
Welcome to the archipelago of Formula One. Bahrain might have a small land footprint, but it's showing its big spirit right now in the grandstands. Either way, it's time for another fantastic weekend of Grand Prix racing. The Bahrain International Circuit is a challenging track, and the cars routinely have to brake from high gear to low to take the narrow turns. With the need for downhill braking, the risk of locking up is one drivers will need to manage. It's all about focus and balance to get victory here. We might still be early in the season, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Everything is up for grabs, and nothing is certain at this stage. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula One.
I have to say the driver models look great. Not that I know these drivers that well.
To your first race weekend with the team. It's Friday, so we're kicking off with free practice one as usual.
Okay, so look, here's something that I've been considering. Should we split these videos up over a weekend? Should we have kind of the prep and that and practice on Friday, the qualifying on Saturday, the race on Sunday? I don't know how that would work. I wonder if it's worth doing. Let's get into this. Each weekend contains free 60-minute practice sessions. During practice, teams test new car parts, climatize drivers to the circuit, and fine-tune car setups for the weekend. Qualifying has a knockout format over 3 time laps. Drivers compete to set the fastest lap times and progress to the next round and secure the best grid position they can. The main event is the race. Teams execute a pit stop strategy and complete the race distance as quickly as possible. Top 10 drivers score points. Additionally, there's a point for a driver and a constructor with the fastest lap if they finish in the top 10. I see. So you have to finish in the top 10 and get the fastest lap. If you finish 11th and get the fastest lap, you don't get it. Okay, fair enough. So Friday's going to be cloudy. Saturday's going to be cloudy. Sunday's going to be partially cloudy. I don't know the full impact of that other than the tyres get hotter quicker, I guess, for partially cloudy. Fair enough. 57 laps. We're into it.
Over here is our race preparation area. This is where you can make any changes you need ahead of the upcoming practice session. Rest assured the team have already prepared the cars for practice. When you're ready, we can continue to the practice session.
But how have they done that? Car 1 is ready. Car set up untested. I guess we just go out with an untested car, right? For both of them. Okay, fine.
During race weekends, you can decide whether you want to manage the practice sessions yourself or whether to hand over control to your team. As it's your first race weekend, you should let the team handle the practice sessions.
Okay, but what if I don't want to? Okay, well look. Let's try this. You have to let me know how you feel about it. Let's try this first race weekend. We'll do the practice Friday and all of the build-up between two races on a Friday. We'll do the qualifying on a Saturday, and we'll do the race on a Sunday. Let's see how it goes for a couple of sessions. If that really isn't what you want to see, if you want to see it quicker, then let me know. But we'll give that a go and see how it works. So we will simulate qualifying. Let's see how the practice goes. Yeah, why not? Practice 1 is complete. Practice 2 is complete. Practice 3 is complete. I'm hoping that means none of our cars flew off the track.
We return to our highly anticipated race weekend, just in time for the start of qualifying. We've already seen a lot of excitement building since Formula One arrived in town, and today's qualifying is sure to be no exception. Success may stem from a well-prepared strategy, or a driver capable of incredible audacity. Put it this way, there simply is no surefire recipe for victory. There's not much left to say, so let's get into it.
Okay, well look, this feels like a great place to put in a cut. Tomorrow we will have the qualifying, and it could be really short. We could get knocked out in the first one. We'll have the qualifying. Sunday we will have the race. We'll try and simulate kind of that build up to the Formula One. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm excited for it. I apologize in advance as to all the things I'll have got wrong, not understood, all of those things, but let's get going. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all again soon. Thank you.